Simple haircut. What we're going to do is just cross graduation on the sides. We want to recreate the flow towards the back. It's already there, to be honest. It's more like here at the back of the head, which is too bulky. And a bit more tight on the side to make his life easier for sure. Taper is there. We can just follow up what we have from before, then just raising up the back a little bit more since it's very bulky and too low, and we want to go with a mid taper. So we're going to leave fully the front. But we can definitely create the progression towards fringe or the quiff from short to long to get that pushback look. We're going to keep the style versatile so we can brush it fully back, or we can do a side part or even curtain bangs. He has all the options that we need. Okay, first things first, I drag a central division from the middle of the nose all the way to the crown area. Now, what we want to do is isolate the frontal area. As you can see, now that we split the head into halves, we can actually see the shape of the head. Here is where we actually have our apex. From the apex down, we want to fill up the disconnection, which is going to be our quiff that's going to give us the pop shape. So if this is the apex, right below the apex, we want to fill up the length. From the middle part, I'm going to drag down a triangle division. Here you can see some baby hairs popping out. We will disconnect them as well for a light shape up at the end. Now we have to do the same thing on the other side as well. Now, once we isolated the frontal panel, we're going to bend down the head, place our hands on the forehead of our model and brush all the length into our hands. I do that frontally also to check if the shape of my triangular disconnection is correct. Everything is balanced. As you can see, there's a lot of baby hairs here. I don't really want to touch the front baby hair because I still want a very natural look on the front. But the corners can definitely have a little shape up. Now the cross graduation is going to be fairly simple. We're going to take the first centimeter here on the edge and drop this down. Place the comb underneath, push the comb on the bottom here and apply pressure to get the actual shape that we're going to use for our cross graduation. As you can see, when we push the comb, we're getting a little triangle here that represents our graduation. Let's prepare our first guideline. This is section number 2. Drop this down, place the comb underneath, lift this up and find our guideline. 1 and 2. Okay, let's now do section number 3. We're going to start over directing slightly internally. We're going towards the previous section all the way until the roundness. When the roundness ends and we start to enter the sides, that's when I am actually going to lift up the length. We'll keep no over direction whatsoever, as tight as possible to the skull. To apply even more pressure, I normally put my finger behind the comb to create a proper flat surface. My diagonal section comes down. I can clearly brush everything towards the graduation. I'm going to collect everything from the roots, place my comb in graduation position on my parting line and cut. Look how clean it stays. The reason why we can keep the section so clean is because the part where I'm working is stuck to the skull and isn't bothering us. Carrying on section after section will build our cross graduation. Soon the head is going to start to curve off and we're going to have to over direct a bit more to build up the back. Again, I'm going to get from the roots, push out and drag everything into our graduation shape by following our guideline. We now move our body, in this case the chair, always perpendicular to our section to maintain our cross graduation, rounded and closer to the skull. Flatten using the back of the comb once again. We have too much bulk here on the occipital bone area, so I'm just going to go a bit tighter. Now all of this is 2 sections. I'm just going to brush it off externally to hold as much weight as possible. Starting from here, I'm going to drag everything on the weight line. Your thumb, pushing externally to your body, will be the ideal push. Sometimes clients are very tall and I struggle to go with the thumb because my shoulder stress is too much. Second thing that changes is the way we cut. The scissors always cut from the ring to the point. The closure movement creates the contact point and grip point. Where whatever is in the middle will get chopped. On this side, it becomes comfortable to go from top to bottom. For me personally, it helps to go from the bottom to the top because I don't have to lose my guideline. Look, this is my guideline. I don't really have to rebuild it. I simply follow the same line and position. The third thing that changes is that on the back, we have a reference. It's easier for me to start from the back reference and build up the side panel. And now we're going to start our vertical guideline. We're going to start from the back, which is where we built up our cross graduation. From here, I think I'm happy enough to start. My rounded cutting line progressively gets longer towards the front. Now I'm going to repeat the process on the other section using a rounded technique. That means I'm going to push section number 1 and section number 2 into the middle of each other. In the meantime, I'm going to produce exactly the same vertical line in every cutting section, taking the central guideline. We got number 2, number 3. We'll tilt the head slightly and once again repeat this. I'm going to cross-check now to double-check everything is in place. Since I want more of a slicked look, even if it's natural, I'm going to use some wax from my grooming company. We're going to spread it out through the wet hair. First, warm up the product in our hands, then spread it through the length and the sides. Just the top part of the sides to make sure the brushing towards the back of the head keeps it in place and also gives body to the hair. YouTube, sorry to interrupt the video. I just wanted to let you know about my tools and grooming line that you can find on AMIGHETTIShop.com. We have sea salt, styling powder, and wax. We have my beloved Amighetti line of scissors. This is the Vittoria 6.0 in memory of my beautiful grandma Vittoria. We have the thinning scissors, we have the flat cutting scissors. Great combo, use them every day. Brushed with no screw for a cooler design. We have also all our feather razors, the two classic feather razor, an exchangeable one. You can even put the classic Chevette blade on this. All quite balanced and all quite cool design-wise. I love them. I use these on most of my haircuts when I want to create texture. So if you haven't had the chance yet to visit our store for all your barbering needs, AMIGHETTIShop.com. Thank you for your attention. Let's go back to the video. I'm going to go first with my 1.5 guard open. Just going to go and line it with the back. I'm going to leave a 2-finger distance with my 0 line on the sideburn, then the back. Since we have the trimmer in our hand, we're going to start marking up the edges. Shape up here as well. And the front, lightly touching up the baby hair. Now I'm going to get my 0.5 guard fully open with the corner. We start to blend in from the darkness to the brightness. We're using a descending technique. Now closed with the corner. Now on the back as well. Open 2 dots if necessary. Now we can brush the hair backwards and start to understand where we need to lighten up. I'm going to use thinning scissors to keep the transition as light as possible. Here on the back of the ear, as you can see, we have a lot of length. Now here we finish the transition on the back of the head. Now we're going to polish all the dark spots with the thinning scissors and our fading comb. We're going to go in and out, lifting the little spots. Then, with the tip of our scissors only, remove the dark spots. Now you can see here it is a bit patchy, so I'm going to go with the classic scissors over comb. Now we move on the back. There are some patches based on the head shape. I just lift up and remove the dark patches. Take off the bottom line with no guard on. We're going to do a descending technique by opening the lever. My little finger is always touching the face, so I maintain full control over the clipper. At the end, when I open the lever fully, I touch up the last bits of the transition. Now with the shaver, we're going to tidy up what's left. And last but not least, with our flat scissors, blend out the transition. And here we have the final result.